I want to buy a home, but I'm concerned about a market downturn. This is one of the top reasons why consumers are putting their dreams of home ownership on hold. It's a valid concern, but here's my theory. I don't think consumers are concerned about a market downturn as much as they are concerned about the future taking us back to the Great Recession. If you're unfamiliar with the chaos of this dreadful period in history, let's do a recap. The Great Recession refers to the economic downturn from 2007 to 2009 after the bursting of the U.S. housing bubble and the global financial crisis. It was the most severe economic recession in the United States since the Great Depression of the 1930s. The root cause of the decline is directly tied to excessive borrowing by consumers, corporations, and lawmakers. This created asset bubbles, especially in the housing market, as mortgages were extended at low interest rates to unqualified borrowers in the form of adjustable rate loans. Unfortunately, when rates adjusted, consumers could not repay the loan, and this caused housing prices to fall and left thousands of homeowners underwater. What followed was a huge influx of foreclosures and short sales, all brought on by homeowners who simply could not afford their home loans. And don't even get me started on mortgage-backed securities and their impact on the stock market crash in 2008. I'll rely on Michael Lewis to tell that part of the story. As much as I'd like to forget the Great Recession, I can't because I lived it. In fact, it was that moment in history that inspired me to pursue a career in real estate and ultimately help families reestablish their faith and trust in the real estate industry. Since getting into the industry, I haven't witnessed anything that matches the pain points of the Great Recession. And since then, our country has endured a global pandemic, high inflation and gas prices, low consumer confidence, and a 100% increase in mortgage interest rates. What makes our current market different from the crash that prompted the Great Recession? One of the biggest differences is centered on the lender underwriting standards. There is now better verification of consumer income and assets. By contrast, borrowers who pursued mortgages in the years leading up to the downturn were poorly vetted and unqualified. Another major difference is the type of loans borrowers are pursuing today. More consumers are opting for the traditional 30-year fixed mortgage. Fewer loans today are adjustable rate mortgages, which are riskier alternatives since homeowners might be stuck with making much higher monthly payments than they started with. And if rates rise, they may lose the home to foreclosure if they can't afford it. Which brings me to my next point, equity. The U.S. housing market has experienced a record amount of equity due to considerable home gains, as well as sizable down payments. Borrowers with more equity are less inclined to walk away from their homes if prices decline. During the Great Recession, consumers borrowed 100% of the purchase price, making it challenging for them to keep the home when the market adjusted, because no equity left them with no options. Demographics are also a major difference between now and the Great Recession. Then there was a relatively small population of buyers in their 30s, the prime age for buying a home. Today, there's a large segment of population coming into their prime home buying years in a low inventory market. Low inventory and high demand will ultimately keep home prices strong. Still skeptical? I'll close with this bit of positive news from one of the nation's top real estate experts, National Association of Realtors Chief Economist Lawrence Yun. According to Yun, inflation has come down and mortgage rates will follow. The latest consumer price index of 6.45% in December represents the sixth consecutive month of deceleration after peak inflation of 9.1% in June 2022. Yun also believes that the 30-year mortgage rate dropping under 6% is now a distinct possibility, and this will create an opportunity for buyers who were shut out at a 7% interest rate in the fall of 2022. While my analysis may support the idea that the catastrophic crash consumers are bracing themselves for may not come, the reality is that the future state of the real estate market is very difficult to predict. So, instead of timing the market for the perfect opportunity to pursue home ownership, perhaps the indicator consumers should consider prior to purchasing a home is their why. Your why should always be your guide. If your family is growing and you have a desire to give them room, now is a good time to buy. If your children have left the nest and you're wanting a smaller home to suit your needs, now is a good time for you to buy. If you're a first-time buyer with a small savings and a big dream of owning the roof over your head, now is a good time for you to buy. Never negotiate on your why. And if you need a great lender or other help experts who can help you flesh out this very important topic, let me be your connector. Drop me a line below or send me an email for more information. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the topic, give it a thumbs up. And for more useful real estate related topics, hit the subscribe button so we can stay in touch. Thanks again. Make it a great day.